Well, hello, hi. So my name is Lynn Curl, and I'm actually making a public announcement. This is concerning the COVID and what we need to do to deal with it, okay? Hi. Hello. My name is Lynn Curl, and I've actually typed this out so I can read it to you so I don't rant or get angry or start telling people off or telling people where they should go or where they should stick it or what should happen to them for doing what they've done. So I decided it would probably be better to just type it out. My name is Lynn Carlson. I live in Southern Oregon on the western side of the continent of North America. I am a United States citizen and a citizen of the state in which I dwell, which is Oregon by happenstance. I hereby announce publicly that President Trump should immediately end this past declaration of the state of an emergency enacted on March 13th, 2020. I ask President Trump to immediately end the state of emergency signed and enacted on March 13th, 2020. I ask that Congress convene to discuss the fact that the state of emergency was enacted by President Trump in good faith, based upon the information that he was given concerning the widespread of a COVID-19 virus that had turned into a pandemic, a worldwide epidemic, and that the American citizens were under the danger of contracting this disease, which was highly contagious. This, however, is not the case. It is not my opinion that there is no COVID-19 that has placed the American population in the danger of a massive amount of high deaths. And I'll tell you why. This, however, is not the case, as we were informed of on March 20th, 2020 by Secretary of State Michael Pompeo, who publicly announced during a White House press conference concerning coronavirus. He stated that this was a live exercise. Yes. The Secretary of State announced that this is a live exercise. Get over that. In view of the fact that the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, and perhaps many other individuals within the military, had waited this long to inform the President of the United States that this is nothing more than a military exercise, a military live exercise, I ask that Congress convene in an emergency session to discuss what steps to take to immediately restore the American citizens back to a normal, healthy state of affairs. I also ask that any and all military personnel and or officials of state that were aware of this being nothing more than a live exercise be asked to resign their positions and or be placed on leave until it can be determined who played what part in this ill-conceived military exercise that has terrorized the population across the earth. I do not appreciate the abuse of power, and I believe that most Americans will not be too happy to learn that they were used and abused in nothing more than a live exercise being conducted by the military. I also do not believe that this is just the United States military that is involved. However, I do believe that it is the military of at least 140 states who were all very much aware that this was nothing more than a military exercise. Shall we say possibly a continuation of Event 201. Thank you for listening.